any major art programs that happen outside of London or any of the major cities is really important, because a lot of artwork is publicly funded. It's paid by us as the people, and I think it needs to be representative of everyone.
I think you just get a really rich artistic experience, an experience that really is inspiring to me as an artist. So seeing all of the different events and all of the different artists talk about and share their work really makes me think of what I can do about my practice and how I can develop that to the next level with community engagement, and how we bring audiences into that artistic experience. And so Frequency, I think it really heightens that effect of making art accessible and meaningful to artists and audiences.
So I just think it's so important to have a festival like Frequency happening in a rural area. So somewhere like Lincolnshire, we are the third largest county. We've got not a great amount of cultural infrastructure, so a festival like this is just so important to inspire the next generation. And the work that I work for the Mighty Creatives, and we support children and young people to engage in arts and culture. So engaging in a festival like Frequency that is so open and so welcoming, it's kind of a great way to just get young people engaged and curious about arts and creativity and how they might be able to get involved in it.
I think Lincoln sometimes is thought of as a bit of a backwater. It's not thought of as one of the major cultural centres, and I think that's wrong. And I think what Frequency has done over the years, it's brought massive international artists into the city to really showcase the beauty of our city, but also what you can actually achieve with really high quality commissioned art. It's brilliant.
What I love so much about Frequency is that it's an international festival, but it draws on that local talent as well. So there's so many names and faces that you'll recognise from the local art scene that are brought into it. And I think it's a time that brings together all of that. Like, we've got all these little pockets in Lincoln of cultural activity happening, but then Frequency kind of brings it all together alongside those sort of global talents and makes it feel like something a lot bigger. Yeah.
Well, I work at the university, so part of my role and relationship with the festival is getting my students involved, and that can be on lots of different levels. So as volunteers for just helping out with the festival, to internships, so connecting through the radar scheme, getting our students involved with local companies and talent, but also from the students' perspective of just seeing work on their doorstep. So we don't have to travel further afield or get on a bus anywhere. You can just walk out your doorstep, and there is content that can inspire you and influence your own work.
For me personally, I did my internship, I volunteered here. So the benefit to local talent is you're seeing amazing artists for the entire, 4 days? Yeah, so you're seeing some absolutely incredible talent. It's really inspiring, to be honest.
So Frequency were super supportive of our creative goals. Like, they got it immediately, and they're supportive of this as an artwork, not just as a thing that's part of a festival, if you see what I mean. And from our point of view, as makers of this work, it's amazing to have an enthusiastic audience, especially early on, somebody who really wants the thing and can say why they want the thing. I can't tell you how much difference it makes to have that.
So something that's really unique about Frequency is that I was actually artist in residence for 4 weeks before coming here, based on digital projects, exploring things like, what does a projected secret look like, or can you strap a projector to a bike and have a stag run through the streets? And it was all about exploring and pushing boundaries and trying things with very little risk, and that's really followed through to my time here in Lincoln as well.
So the other aspect of Frequency Festival that is quite unique is I feel very supported, very much like everybody on the team is trying to make the best of it, and really well taken care of. I'd say as a whole, the festival reaches out to a lot of people who wouldn't normally engage with the arts and with culture and with digital, and that's very important in my own practice. I make art that hopefully engages people who don't think they're into art or it's for them, and I feel like that's the philosophy at Frequency most of the time, is they're trying to engage people with something that maybe they don't associate as being for them.
Zest, which is the company I run, first became involved with frequency back in 2013. So we had this crazy idea back in 2013 to make this show called Gate Crash, which was set inside a teenage house party with a massive set, and it was all going to be immersive and interactive and use internet headphone technology as well. And everybody just dismissed it as a crazy idea. It was never going to happen. But there was obviously something about that idea that sparked Frequency's interest, and they became one of the first funding partners to commission that production. And that piece really launched Zest from just being focused on Lincoln and Lincolnshire into what we are now, which is a national touring theatre company. So our relationship with Frequency is quite significant for us, because without that first investment, we probably wouldn't be doing a lot of the things that we now do all over the place.
Something like Frequency to stand out and inspire and to make people reach a bit further and see what excellence can look like. And it works, and I know that the members of this community will be coming along, looking at everything, and will be talking about it for the next 2 years or longer.
I would love to see the festival continue to take a really bold and radical approach to bringing art to people, to making art that's by and for and about people, and use it as a conduit to kind of resist the inequalities that we see in the world, and use it as a platform for something good, which it already does, but you know, for the next 10 years, keep doing it, do it bigger, do it better. We need responsible and ethical voices in art more than ever, so yeah, let's do it.